So today we are going to be talking about forever chemicals. So thank you for joining us today. I want to start out because we had a good email that came from a client of ours the other day when we were doing some email blasts about water education, and she was concerned that we were spending a little bit too much time talking to people about or scaring people. So in this kind of environment with all that's going on with the coronavirus, I want to just stress the fact that today the goal is not to scare you. The goal is basically just to sit and explain what PFASs are and forever chemicals. They're one and the same. And so our goal today is simply just to say what's in the water and how you can take it out. It's not a matter of scaring anybody. It's just pure education. So when people look to go healthy, right now is a great example when we are dealing with such a scary situation like we are all living through right now with the coronavirus. We need to say to ourselves, how do we protect ourselves? What can we do? And one of the things that we can do certainly is by staying healthy. As I've mentioned in some of my videos before, I'm passionate about making humans, or my neighbors and people in America, more healthy, for that matter, the world. I used to be in the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare industry, and so I spent a lot of my time trying to make sure that I helped people become more healthy. I found out that pharmaceuticals was really not the case, and so to make people healthy, not as much as just simply eating well and hydrating the body. We are a filter, one big filter. So in that context, a filter needs to clean itself. So you have two types of filters. One, whether it's like an air filter in your house, you take it away and you throw it away, or it gets buried in the ground, or you have a type of filter that self-cleans itself. And so that's what the human body really is obviously we clean ourselves. And the best way to do that is by eating well, and more importantly, flush your body with healthy, clean water. So in regards to the healthy, clean water aspect, Angel Water is passionate about making sure that we can help you bring the healthiest water possible into your home, for your home and for your family. In that context, today we're going to talk about one of the contaminants that is unknown to most of us, even in the water treatment industry. PFASs are something that's been talked about for several years, but nobody's really defined it. Recently, there's been some great articles on PFASs, and so we want to make you more aware of it. And today, manufacturers are producing products that are designed specifically to take out PFASs. And normally, we'll go through in a second about how they take care of it. So in general context, what is PFAS? PFASs are forever chemicals. These are polyfluoroalkyl. So you can see that right here. They are considered forever chemicals. And the reason why they're called forever chemicals is because they don't break down. These are chemicals that have been created by 3M and DuPont. They were to create Teflon, fire retardants, and several other products that are out there. In fact, they were used in food packaging for many, many years. In fact, they still are, I believe, in some cases in microwave popcorn. So, in fact, if you look at health practitioners for years have been telling people, don't eat microwave popcorn. Now, that's not something I'm suggesting because I really don't know much about it, but it is something that you should be aware of, that it has been in food packaging, and it has been in different products that 3M and DuPont have made. Some of them include rain repellent products, includes fire retardant products, so that'd be on your couch and in your car, things to help prevent items from burning. So that said, it's probably worth your review and decision whether or not you'd like that in your water or not in your water, or not in your body or not in your body. In the tests that they've done nationally, the CDC, is they found, and the EPA, they found that it's in almost everybody's body. I know that sounds shocking. It's in everybody's body. So it's been part of our water system for many years, so we've all consumed it. It's been part of our environment. Heck, even the carpet that I'm standing on right now has fire retardant on it. So as we walk on it, that can get aerated and we can inhale it. It's part of dust. So that's the most recent findings that they found, that it actually can also be in dust. That said, again, I don't want to scare people, because the government has set a limit of 70 parts per trillion. 70 parts per trillion is something to consider. California and New Jersey set much lower standards, around 12. So the EWG has, which is again the Environmental Working Group, which is a great not-for-profit. They actually pull EPA studies, and then they make it, they put it on their website so that it's easy to understand for us laymen's. They basically bring it down to our 4th grade level. I know I need that. So based on the fact that they bring it down to 4th grade level, all it really is that these forever chemicals don't break down. The way that the manufacturer created the strings in the chemical equation, they simply don't break down naturally. As a result, they live for like 90 years, between 70 and 90 years. In fact, I think, oh, I'm sorry, 42 to 98 years. So again, 42 to 98 years they are living, or they exist. So the way they get into the water system, so everybody knows, is that for many years, these manufacturers basically, as they produce their products, they've flushed the machines. And then when they flush their machines with water, it get into the septic systems of the cities, which then percolated either into aquifers, or they put that water back into rivers and streams, which ended up in like Lake Michigan, the Mississippi River, the oceans. And so that is why the forever chemicals are actually in our water supply. That said, we now understand what PFAS is. They're forever chemicals. 2, we have hopefully you have an idea of how they got into your body, or how they are getting into your body. They're getting into your body by drinking water that has the forever chemical in it. And we also know that it's on carpet and in some fire retardant products. So the best thing that we can do when it comes to water, which is what we're all about, is how do we make this glass of water PFAS free? And so there are products, there are manufacturers out right now that have aggressively been pursuing filter systems to be able to do that. And a couple of the companies out there, there's one that I know of that very well, EcoWater. They just released their first RO with the EPA or the NSF certification for removing that PFAS. That's an amazing facet. This company had to invest a lot of money to provide that to the not-for-profit called National Sanitation Foundation. Now, National Sanitation Foundation basically took water, they added PFAS to it, they ran it through the filter, and then they showed that it actually came out. Again, it's measured down into the parts per trillion. So when EcoWater had to do this, they had to actually determine whether, run it through a full thorough testing center to prove that their system takes it out. That said, it's a reverse osmosis technology. As I like to try to highlight to people, if you'd like to become more healthy and flush your body with good, clean water, then a good NSF-rated product, whether you're here or you're in California, if you're in, England or some other country, you want to make sure that you find a certification from a manufacturer that says that it has taken out PFASs. It does live in our bodies, so we want to be able to purge it out. There are some negative side effects to it, which include cancer and reproductive issues and birth defects. There's a bunch of little things that you should be aware of that's caused by it. So when we look at water, we try to make sure, our goal is to educate each and every one of you about what are the things that are in it, and then help you decide, or help you give you the education and the tools to figure out how to take it out if you so choose. Some people, they've lived with this for 10, 15 years. Actually, the EPA has been studying this for over 10 years. Their level that they set at 70 parts per trillion was set over 10 years ago, and they really don't have an enforcement standards on it. All they do is they go back to DuPont and to 3M, and they either fine them, if they find them disposing of this chemical down the drain, they give them fines, or they try to negotiate back with them to try to get it out of the system. There are no requirements really on cities to provide water filtration for it. In order to provide water filtration for it, just like a little system for your home, you would have to use reverse osmosis technology, of which with the specific correct filters conjoined with the membrane itself. If that gets a little complicated, no big deal. Basically, a good solid NSF certified RO system is what you need. So again, today, the goal was to educate you a little bit on PFASs, not to scare you, but simply to be able to educate you as to what's in your water. I think we have quite a few people watching today, so we're grateful that you're able to tune in to us today. I hope that I've been able to answer any questions that you've had on PFASs. Again, forever chemicals, they exist in our environment, they exist in our water supplies. And so, for instance, I forgot to mention in Chicago, water tests have come up to, I don't know if I put it on here, Chicago has been measured up to 30 parts per trillion at times. So again, below the government standard of 70, but above California and New Jersey, who set standards much more strict than that, saying 17 is what they think would be safe for the human body. So since there is some discrepancy in the federal government and state governments as to what's healthy or what's not healthy, our goal is to say, how can we get as much of that out of your water as possible? If you'd like our help to do that, we would certainly love to be able to help you. We would certainly match it up with an NSF certified product to take that out. That said, if you ever need any help with this, you're welcome to give us a call at 847-382-7800, or you can find us on the web at angelwater.com. Where we'll be happy to introduce you to some water educators who can come out to your house, test your water, and teach you a little bit more about what's in your water and how to get it out. And lastly, how much to drink. So I'd like to end this note with reminding each and every one of you, the goal is that you drink half your weight in ounces a day. Half your weight in ounces a day. Don't forget that, because that's one of the most important things that you do, is drink half your weight in ounces a day. You're nothing but a filter from your stomach to your esophagus to your kidney to your liver to your pancreas. No matter what it is inside your body, we need to flush it. So in this environment where we're all sitting home and with the coronavirus, I urge each and every one of you to make sure you drink half your weight in ounces a day. A lot of us are forgetting that. Not only will it help you purge your body of contaminants maybe it's picked up, but hopefully it will also help kick any bug or any illness out of your body, because we're flushing things out of your body. Again, thank you for joining us today. I'm Andrew Wilson, and I look forward to serving you sometime in the future. Great.